Well, you were wrong about Ben Affleck coming back as Batman. What are you talking about? He was just asked about returning as Batman and he said anything could happen. How do you like them apples? You mean that generic response, then he dipped like he saw J-Lo in the distance? And it was 4 seconds. 4 seconds of hope. Well, hope is like your car key. You shut your fucking mouth. I took that video clip as he didn't want to talk about murder Batman. You know, I can't wait for the DCU Batman to take on the Joker's henchman with an exploding whoopee cushion. That's my fart machine. No wonder you're a James Gunn fan. Affleck is done! Nope. He's done when he says he's done. He just said like a month ago that he's no longer interested in the genre. No, he didn't. There's hope. Hope! Hope! Again, hope is like your...
It's lights out! Now you want to get nuts! Come on! Let's get nuts.
Who remembers that line when it came to Justice League? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. It is Hump Day. It is Wednesday. It's May 7th, and it's Wine Wednesday, so cheers, guys. Yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Hopefully you guys are doing good. Hit that like, thumbs up. Welcome, everybody. Let's do this. Who's out there? Who's out there? We got Mr. Ryan right here. Hey, favorites, guys and gals. There we go. Game City Savior. Is anyone else going to get offered if I talk about Florence Pugh or any other Hollywood crushes today? Okay. Jalen Harris, what's happening? Hey, Dave, how you doing? We got Monique right here. Hello, all. Hope you having a fabulous Wednesday. Dry rub, boneless ribeye steaks, buttered mixed veggies. Jeez, you always make my stomach growl, Monique. I tell you what, always sounded delicious. Where is let me turn that down a little bit. Let's turn that down a little bit. What's going on, Eric Patterson? How you doing today? Not too bad. Today wasn't too bad. The sun is finally shining in SoCal. My God, it's been just cloudy and gloomy for like the last 5-6 days. I'll tell you what. What's going on, Taladia Plays? Always good to see you, buddy. We got Ninja Gamer. Let's see, what's all this about Clayface being written? I was hyped knowing it was Mike's passion project and hearing Gunn say the script is so good. So what is good? Yeah, no, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about that very thing because I think there's a little bit of misconception when it comes to all this. We got Year One relics. Hope is like your car keys, but you found them. See, Year One gets it. You know, you get it. Let's see. Yesterday I fainted due to the heat. Twisted. Oh, damn, dude. Well, relax, man. Hope you do better. Arkham Knight 99. How's it going? You finally watched Mickey 17 and it was awesome. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, I really hope that movie becomes a little cult classic because, yeah, you know, I'd like it too. What's going on, D-Man 7? How do you do, fellow kids? Always great to see you too. All right, guys. Again, make sure you hit that like, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, do all the things, pretty please. Yes, had a pretty good Wednesday and pretty good Tuesday too. Like I said, can't complain, but yeah, finally. What's going on, Naval? Good to see you out there in the chat. But yeah, this, I mean, again, it's kind of, I don't know. Well, when it comes to today's show, I mean, obviously we're going to be talking about DC stuff out there. Not much, but yeah, we're going to talk about that Clayface thing because it is very interesting. And there's, yeah, I don't know. There's some interesting things when it comes about it. And I know people were having questions. Some of it kind of even doesn't make sense. I don't know. But we'll talk about that. And then we got Michael DeLuca also talking about the Teen Titans. Not one project, but 2 projects when it comes to Teen Titans. And naturally, there's still madness happening on my Twitter timeline and my mentions and everything. We'll talk about a little bit of that too because, man, I tell you what. I will say that it's not like it was, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. When it comes to the DC fandom, I'm telling you, the closer we get to Superman, the crazier it's getting. And I mean, I tell you what, I even saw something not like an hour ago that I saw somebody post and I went, oh no, you're bringing back that when it comes to this whole thing? Ooh, I'm not going to talk about it. Maybe I'll talk about it during the members only stream. And if you want to become a member, by all means, we do a members only stream after every Wednesday stream. And, you know, if you want to support the channel, become a member. You know, you get that little added bonus. And like I said, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but not this weekend for sure. Maybe next weekend we'll do a members only Patreon kind of stream where you guys can actually come on the panel and chat for a little bit. But yeah, so there's just craziness. Everything's just crazy. I mean, obviously I'm going to be talking about Zack Snyder's cameo in the studio, that they finally released that video. I remember I saw it like a few weeks ago. And I was like, oh, that's a good cameo. And then, of course, I wasn't going to say anything. But at the same time, I went, okay, when is this going to get released? I still haven't watched the studio. I got to catch up on it. And I don't know. I keep on saying every weekend I should catch up on it. I still have to watch the last episode of The Last of Us. When baseball season happens, man, I just put baseball on and I can't help it. I love baseball. What can I say? No baseball on today right now. The Giants already won today. It's all good. But, good to see everybody right here. Yeah, we got D-Man, we got Eric Patterson. Hey, we got Dale in the city. Always great to see you, Bud, Music Man, Shane O. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Like I said, we got plenty to talk about. And yeah, of course, I had to do that. Had to do the opening sketch again. And for all the new people that didn't see the opening sketch, let's revisit it before we get into the tweets. So here's the opening sketch. Because, you know, some new people in the chat. Well, you were wrong about Ben Affleck coming back as Batman. What are you talking about? He was just asked about returning as Batman, and he said anything could happen. How do you like them apples? You mean that generic response, then he dipped like he saw J-Lo in the distance? And it was 4 seconds. 4 seconds of hope. Well, hope is like your car key. You shut your fucking mouth. I took that video clip as he didn't want to talk about murder Batman. You know, I can't wait for the DCU Batman to take on the Joker's henchman with an exploding whoopee cushion. That's my fart machine. No wonder you're a James Gunn fan. Affleck is done. Nope. He's done when he says he's done. He just said like a month ago that he's no longer interested in the genre. No, he didn't. There's hope. Hope! Hope! Again, hope is like your... And there you go. So, yeah, there's still people talking about that whole thing. I mean, I tell you what, I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that too, because that's the latest one. But there might be even a new one that I might have to have at the opening for the vodka stream on Friday. So, I'm just saying, yeah. So that was for the people who got here just a little late. I saw the chat started, getting a little busy after the opening right there. But there might be another one because let's face it, that Henry Cavill birthday tweet when it came to Zack and everything, that was also something. And I was like, oh, I got ideas to do that too. I'm going to keep those going. So anyways, thank you guys. Brendan, good to see you, everybody. That's out in the chat. But yeah, so I'll talk a little bit more about that. Of course, we're going to be talking about Thunderbolts still because everybody's talking about Thunderbolts. But now we got more, kind of like more information of what Thunderbolts was actually. I don't know. We'll get to it right there. And then, of course, I'm going to see Fight or Flight tomorrow with Josh Hartnett, which I'm very much looking forward to. And we're going to talk about those reviews and see what the critics are saying. And then, like I said, we'll talk about Zack. All right, let's get to the tweets. And the first thing we're going to be talking about, John Wick 5. John Wick 5. I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know how I feel about John Wick 5. And, you know, obviously we know what happened in John Wick 4. Spoiler alert. And I'm sorry if you hadn't seen John Wick 4. But, yes, John Wick does die. And you kind of go, okay, where's the franchise going to go? Obviously, we got the ballerina spinoff. We got the Kane spinoff. Kane, right? He's going to have a spinoff. They're going to be doing an anime prequel. There's still plenty that they're going to be doing with the John Wick franchise. But for some reason, they're like, you know, Mr. Chad Stahelski is still going to be doing a John Wick 5. And this is what he had to say when it came to John Wick 5. Chad Stahelski says John Wick 5 will be a very different story for the character. John dealt with his grief. It will be really different, and everybody will see the trailer and go, holy fuck, I gotta see that. Yeah, Chad, when I see the trailer, I'm gonna be like, holy fuck, I gotta see that, because why is he alive? That's probably the big selling point. I kind of respect Chad for not even, for basically going like, oh yeah, holy fuck, I got to see that. But it's like, yeah, but the selling point is, well, why is he alive? That's the big thing. That's the big selling point, is why is he alive? Now, obviously, yeah, I mean, with the world of John Wick, obviously, you could treat it like a comic book movie, because everybody in a comic book movie who dies never stays dead. Let's face it. So it's going to be kind of interesting to see that. Like, I'm a little worried. Yes, I don't want it to get fucked out, but at the same time, it's still Keanu Reeves and it's still John Wick. So I'll be there opening day, 100%. Just like I will be at this movie opening day, where good old James Wan is going to be wrapping up his Conjuring franchise. And we got an Entertainment Weekly motion cover for the Conjuring. What's it called? Last Rite? There they are. Looking in a mirror. Oh! Last Rites. So that's pretty cool. I'm reaching out to you. Okay. So yeah, there you go. Entertainment Weekly had that motion poster right there for Last Rites in, the Conjuring universe. And then even James Wan, he also did like an introduction to all that too. I don't have the video, but well, let's pull up the video. Why not? Because I like James Wan. I'll pull up the video right now. There was a video that he had like a little introduction, if I could find it. I just typed in James Wan, and of course the video is not coming up. So, what the hell? Oh, there it is, right here. So, there's like a little video. We won't go through the whole thing, but the thing that I love about this is the fact that James Wan, after, let's face it, when it came to Aquaman 2, God knows what happened with Aquaman 2. I mean, James Wan knew that was going to be his last one. You could tell when you watched Aquaman 2, The Lost Kingdom. You could tell that there was fuckery involved, because, hey, that's what the DCU was all about, right? Just studio fuckery. And poor James Wan had to be stuck in all of that. Even though it wasn't all bad. It wasn't like a total shit show. It wasn't a Justice League shit show. But yeah, I just like that he's back in his element.
The Conjuring Last Rites, for me, is pretty much the end of an era.
End of an era.
It is bittersweet, but all good things come to an end.
It's been really fun to grow up.
So that's pretty much it. It's just a behind-the-scenes
featurette.
featurette.
Sensational cases.
It's November 1st, 1971.
So that's it. We don't have to go through the whole thing. Of course, showing Annabelle right there. But I just love the fact that James Wan is back in his element of horror movies, because that's where he started. That's where he shines. And I'm not saying that he has to stay in that lane. He's a very talented filmmaker. I'm just glad that he's back after what happened with Aquaman 2. That's all. And hey, we got a new image of Herbie from Fantastic Four First Steps. That's right. There he is. Look at that, adorable. I mean, I'm telling you, this is the year for CGI side characters. You got Crypto, you got Stitch, then you got Herbie. There's probably another one I'm probably not even remembering. But it is the age that we are in, the year of CGI side characters that are going to be, I don't know, family favorites. But there's Herbie right there, of course. And then, of course, we have this. This is also from Empire Magazine. And then we have the director, Matt Shakman, who talks about the importance of Herbie. And he says he is really Reed's right hand in the lab, capable of assisting him on any sort of experiment, always by his side, whether in New York City or out in space. What? They go out in space? The Fantastic Four? They go out in space? Crazy. First time I'm hearing about that. Yeah. And then we got more. Oh man, I mean, I can't get enough. I can't wait. We got what 2 weeks? 2 weeks. 2 weeks till Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. We got some more behind the scenes. This movie's gonna give me a fucking my heart's gonna race and everything, because not only do we have that plane sequence, but we also have the underwater sequence. Obviously, they've been emphasizing lately this underwater sequence. Look at that. They've been emphasizing this big time in this big-ass tank, so we have some new behind-the-scenes images from Final Reckoning and this underwater tank that, of course, crazy Tom Cruise just doing his thing. And, well, we love it. We love it. We love it. Yeah, Herbie versus Crypto. Who wins? I know, but Stitch is going to be the winner. I just have a feeling that movie is just going to, I don't know. Even though I don't want it to. Because I never saw the cartoon or the animated movie, I should say. But, and, you know, I'm like, Disney, but then it's, you know, whatever. It's just me. And this is pretty cool right here. So, I don't know. I don't think she's out in the chat. Sometimes she's in the chat. But Rhea, she posted this on Twitter right here. And, of course, with everybody just loving Sinners, we have this art right here, this art that I would gladly have a poster of this. Again, I always like to display art from these online artists. This is from Chuck Styles, and this is on Instagram, but this is some Sinners art right here. Looks really cool. I mean, come on. Look at that art style. I mean, I love the border that it looks like the picture is just, you know, burning. And then, of course, it's that pivotal scene. That pivotal scene, if you know, you know. That awesome scene where the music's playing. You got what's his name that's in the middle, playing the guitar, singing, and then it's going through and showing the different eras of music. Such an awesome scene in the movie. Such an awesome poster. Love that. So good job, Chucky Styles. You got to see it. You got to see it, God Almighty. You got to see it. Got to see it. And then we got that. We don't need a. And then, yes, guys, we are returning tonight. We are returning tonight for Batman Beyond. Batman, obviously DC fan animated. Scott and I will be discussing the latest episode, the next episode that I forgot what it's called. Winning Choice. Is that what it's called? So if you guys want to tune into that. Winning Edge. Sorry, Winning Edge. The Winning Edge. And we got some art right here. Not sure who it's from Kai Bar. But, you know, speaking of Batman Beyond, this is pretty cool right here. Showing old Bruce Wayne holding on to, you know, his cane. And then, of course, he has the new Batarang. But looking back at his old Batsuit right there. Again, just great art from people. And I want to have a physical copy of all these little art pieces that we see right here. So yeah, tune in tonight. In 8 o'clock Pacific time, we'll be talking about the latest episode of Batman Beyond. Not the latest episode, but latest to us that we're discussing. So, okay, should I wait on that? I'm gonna wait on that. I'll wait on that because that's part of the whole DC stuff. So, anyways. Well, Jesus Christ, guys, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a hashtag out there that was hashtag restore 10 things I hate about you universe. I didn't know. I didn't know. What the hell is this? I don't even know what. Okay, I'm open to it, I guess. But you guys remember 10 Things I Hate About You, right? It's the movie that came out, I don't know how long ago, came out so long ago. 20 years ago? Is it that long? I don't know what it is. But apparently, it's going to be a universe now. 3 sequels to 10 Things I Hate About You are in the works, titled 10 Things I Hate About Dating, 10 Things I Hate About Marriage, 10 Things I Hate About Kids. What? What? What are we doing here? 10 Things I Hate About You director reveals he's working on follow-up film with a nod to Heath Ledger. He deserves love. Okay. But, what? 10 Things I Hate About Dating is definitely in the works as a feature film. We're developing it right now, okay? Teasing that he, Lazar, and James are pretty good ideas. 10 Things I Hate About You, and then, of course, but we're talking about this, but that's what they actually want to do. Is this actually going to be a thing? That's what I'm kind of wondering. Like, the movie is good. The movie's good. It's classic. May Heath Ledger rest in peace. But I'm going, okay. I mean, the first one has to be a winner first. There's no way. They have plans. They have plans for 3 movies, but that first one has to be, a bang, or as the kids say, first. But it's just kind of funny. And I guess it's kind of just, it's just kind of funny because, 10 Things I Hate About Dating, and then you find that perfect person, and then you go, 10 Things I Hate About Marriage, because apparently marriage is not all that great, but can be great, but then there's things you hate about it. And then you have kids, and then you have to talk about the things you hate about kids. It's going to be interesting, but I'm guessing Julia Stiles is going to be the female in that whole thing. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what that, but I was like, what? All right. They just make a universe out of everything, don't they? They really do. Avengers Doomsday. Alan Cumming. Alan Cumming, you better watch out. You've been talking a little bit too much. You're gonna have Sniper Feige, aiming that rifle at you. You're gonna be a red dot showing up on your head right here. I think when you were talking to BuzzFeed in the UK, you might have said a little bit too much when it came to you returning as Nightcrawler and who you might be fighting when it comes to Avengers Doomsday. But hey, you know what? You got me a little excited because very much intrigued. Alan Cumming seemingly reveals that Nightcrawler will fight Mr. Fantastic in Avengers Doomsday. Quote, I'm sort of learning these fights and I'm like, what? Who am I fighting with? They're like, you're hitting Pedro Pascal against the head. Avengers Doomsday is going to be like, okay. It's sounding like, especially with what happened with Thunderbolts, Avengers Doomsday is going to be new Avengers versus the other Avengers versus the Fox X-Men versus the Fantastic Four. With Doctor Doom manipulating all of them? Is that what's going to be happening? And that's why it's going to turn into like a war zone type of place? Battle world? Right? Is that what they're kind of leading to? That's what it kind of sounds like, right? Which I'm intrigued. We all love it when we see the superheroes actually fight each other and then they join up and then they fight the bad guys, right? It's going to be interesting. But he kind of revealed, it seems like he kind of revealed a little too much. And then I know we're going to be talking about Thunderbolts right here, but I had, my second topic, but we're mainly going to be talking about the different ideas. But I have to talk about this because I actually agree right here with Sebastian Stan. Because not everything works. And to be honest, and I think I even said this too, I know a lot of people are going, oh my God, Thunderbolts was funny. And I went, I probably thought that maybe half the jokes worked. I don't know. I wasn't really, again, I liked Thunderbolts, didn't love it. A lot of people were just raving about it. And I'm like, it was fine. But some of the humor, I was like, yeah. But Sebastian Stan right here recalls telling Thunderbolts director Jake Schreier, he didn't find the scene where Bucky puts the prosthetic arm in the dishwasher funny. I immediately said to Jake, I don't understand why this is funny. You do not need this. This is silly. But Jake was like, but maybe you could be eating something and then it could just go everywhere. And I go, really? That's what's going to happen? Yeah. Forgot to turn that off. I always forget to turn that off on that stupid freaking ESPN app with that loud ass damn notification. But yeah, I didn't find that funny either. That scene, I was like, okay. So he puts the arm in the dishwasher. I mean, I guess you got to clean the arm, right? Makes sense. And then he's eating what? I forgot what he's eating, like pizza or something, right? He's eating, like, and then it just spills on him. Like, what's the gag here? I mean, Bucky can't fucking eat without being messy. He's too lazy to clean the arm himself. The dude's a super soldier. You would think that he would have like a specific, you know how soldiers like clean their guns and stuff like that? Wouldn't Bucky have like a specific way to just like clean his very important, strong prosthetic arm? But no, he just sticks it in the dishwasher because it's Marvel Studios. All right. Cool. That's just me. I'm just like, that was just a dumb scene, to be honest. But hey, you want to see what Pamela Anderson looks like in the Naked Gun reboot? Well, there she is. Hey! They released some images. Empire Magazine was releasing a lot of images this week, and there, of course, is Pamela Anderson, who is the love interest to Liam Neeson's Frank Drebin Jr. And yeah, so she's looking pretty gorgeous. You know, I really commend Pamela Anderson. I really do. Because she's like 55, 56, 57. She has now taken the stance of, I'm no longer putting on makeup. You know, and I've seen people, of course, you know, comment about that and talk shit about that. But I go, good on you. You're not going to put on makeup anymore? By all means, don't. Nobody's forcing anyone to put on makeup. Nobody. You don't have to. Yes, the society, criticizes and judges and all that stuff about every little thing. Naturally, that's what happens. That's what actually makes it more like kudos to you, Pamela Anderson, for not doing, like, she showed up at the Met Gala the other day on Monday, no makeup, and I'm like, awesome, she's sticking with it. Yes. I love it. Yeah, don't wear makeup. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody's making you. No one's making you. Thank you for coming a member. Hey, Arkham Knight. Good to see you as a member. All right. And then we got a new trailer here, folks, and this one intrigues me. I don't know if you guys saw this one today, but I was like, okay, Stephen King. And then you got Francis Lawrence, of course, who's the Hunger Games director. Oh, we got a new trailer right here, folks. And it looks pretty interesting. It's called, what's it called again? A Long Walk. I almost said A Walk to Remember. That's not right. So it starts off like, okay, what are we doing here?
You call me Ray.
It's got what's his name from Alien Romulus. It's also got the new kid from fucking Karate Kid Legends. But it's like, okay, this is cool. What decade does this take place in? I don't know.
Think about your plan.
So it's all happy-go-lucky. It's all happy-go-lucky until this kid can't walk and he's got a cramp and he's got something. And I'm like, who are these soldier people? What the hell? Boom! Okay. Oh, middle finger. There's Mark Hamill being a very angry military man. There's a cat that can't see. That's creepy.
Your heart will stop.
So basically, they have to keep on walking. If they can't walk anymore, they get killed.
Blood will flow suddenly.
I don't know what the hell. A long walk. Didn't want to watch the whole thing, but you know, intriguing. Sounds pretty interesting right there. I like it. I'll be definitely watching that one. And then you want to, yeah, I'm intrigued too, Naval. And then you want to see, this is pretty awesome right here too. Michelle Pfeiffer, who just one of those that is aging like a fine wine. Aging like a fine wine. Here's her visiting a display of her iconic Catwoman costume.
That is so cool.
Look at that. Posing.
Those were the worst shoes to wear.
Those are the worst shoes. Of course. Every costume in a superhero is...
Yeah, definitely in all my costumes.
Look at that. Jesus Christ, the woman does not age. Huh. She's a vampire. Or she's drinking a lot of milk. I don't know. Certain kind of milk. Who knows? But that's pretty cool. But yeah, and then I love that she made the comment about how the boots were uncomfortable, because it just seems like no superhero costume, no matter what. I'm curious. There's one of these days we got to figure out what. I mean, obviously she wasn't a superhero, but just a comic book costume. Is there any comic book costumes that are actually comfortable? Probably like the ones where they're just jumpsuits and that's it. But like the legit ones, it just seems like none of them were ever comfortable. I love that. Let's see.
It was figuring out their Disney Plus.
Hold on.
There's either the computer screen or... but anyway, it's
quite
funny because what happened was I was trying to set them up with
Okay, so we have, okay, so this is kind of funny right here. We got Charlie Cox right here, and Jimmy Fallon, and he was talking about setting up the Disney Plus for his parents, and he had some funny moments when it came to, well, obviously they wanted to see him as Daredevil. They wanted to watch Daredevil Born Again. They wanted to watch their son, so this is what he had to say about this right here.
The Disney Plus account so they could watch the show, the new Daredevil Born Again show. So we finally got it done after I'd blocked out 5 hours of my own time to figure it out with them. They then said, right, we're going to watch it tonight. So I called them the following morning and was like, and what do you think? And they said, yeah, good, very good. Quite similar to the original show and I went, well, how? And they said, well, the bit with, the backstory and your dad. I'm like, no, guys, you've watched the old show. You have to watch the new show. So they went, oh, but that's on Netflix. I said, no, it's all on Disney Plus, don't worry. So I went, look, put it on, call me back, I want to know what you think. So 20 minutes later, they call me back and go, this can't be right. And I was like, what? And he goes, doesn't even look like you. I'm like, right, that's Ben Affleck, come on.
Yes.
Oh, that's real good. Yeah. Did they eventually...
So their parents watched, ended up putting on Ben Affleck's movie, his Daredevil movie instead. That's pretty funny. That's pretty great. Come on. You can't help but laugh at that. You can't help but laugh. Because parents, hey, we all have to do it. We all have to do it sometimes when it comes to technology and try to explain it with your parents, Sometimes it can be a little bit of a struggle, especially, nowadays with everything. But that's just pretty good right there. Wait, Ben Affleck's Daredevil? Yes, you could watch it on Disney Plus. It is not the director's cut. But you can watch it on there. Good to see you also, Indiana Jake. I see you out there. You don't like Cox as Daredevil. That's interesting. Well, I like him. I think he's a great Daredevil. But, that's just me. Oh, Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder could have been... Oh, okay. So next, if they do another season, for fuck's sake, please let Zack Snyder be a part of this right here. But obviously... I've always raved about Love, Death, Robots, which is on Netflix. It's an anthology type of show that has different kind of animation styles, and they just have these crazy episodes, crazy anthologies, crazy segments, and I think it's great. It's not always like animation. Sometimes there can be live action blending in with animation, but Tim Miller is the one that of course is the one that's like the leader of all of this show right here. And obviously we know who Tim Miller is. He directed the first Deadpool movie. He's done really great stuff with animation. But he said this right here where I was like, oh, maybe when it comes to Volume 5. Tim Miller says he had written an episode for Zack Snyder to direct in Love, Death, Robots, Volume 4 about dinosaurs in space. Snyder said yes, but then pulled out to focus on Rebel Moon. Oh, man. That would have been great right there. That would have been great. I want to see that because I think even on the Vodka stream, maybe it was on the Vodka stream or maybe it was on somewhere else, but Zach has expressed how much he loves that show. He loves that show. It's almost like he's a fan of animation. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, sometimes it seems like Zach is just a fan of like all the mediums when it comes to stuff, it's specifically animation. But I know you can't say the A word. Can't say the A word when it comes to Zack Snyder, but he does love animation. I'm going to say it. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, we got Ben Affleck in the chat right now. Final Destination Bloodlines comes out next week, and there's already some billboards out here that will kind of show, well, I'm sure they wanted to go even further when it came to this billboard right here. But hey, billboards can be fun, and I'm loving the fact that they're being creative with billboards again. You know? I mean, it seems like that's a lost art. Be creative with your billboards. There's a Final Destination billboard right there where it shows as if they're painting. You got two workers painting the billboard, and one of the guys that are hanging right there is hanging upside down, and he has smashed his head against the billboard, and there's a little bit of blood splatter right there. I wonder how much further they wanted to take that, but I'm going, hey, that's pretty cool right there. Come on. Gotta love that. It's good marketing. Good marketing. And then anybody who did not want to go into, if anybody did not want to go into the movie theater to, watch a Minecraft movie because maybe you saw the videos and maybe everything was getting a little too crazy. Maybe things were getting a little too crazy. And thank you, Ben, for, Ben Affleck was getting a little too rowdy into the chat right there. My God. No spamming. Okay, don't be the spamming salmon right there. But thank you, Ben. Thank you, real anarchy right there. But if you didn't go see Minecraft in the movie theater, well, you'll be able to watch it on digital on May 13th. So what is it today? The 7th? So next week you can actually sit with the family. Kind of curious to see the numbers when it comes to Minecraft at home. What are going to be the digital numbers? The VOD numbers. Okay, what the hell? He's back already. Is there like another one? Moderators, what are we doing? What the hell's going on? Do we have like a different one? Put him in timeout. Put him in timeout. Oh, he deleted. You just deleted. Somebody put him in. Okay, I'm going to probably have to do this then. Okay, we good? Ben Affleck. Ben! Stop. Stop it. All right, stop spamming. Okay, I think he might have stopped. Nope, he's not. All right. What are we doing here? No spamming. The spamming salmon. I can't do it. Any moderators? Thank you. Well, you didn't. Yeah. What the world? Yeah, he's just doing cats. Anyways. So I don't know if Minecraft is actually going to be going to make $1 billion, but it might. But we'll see what happens. People in the chat. He keeps going. But we're okay. We're okay now. I think we're good. Jeez. Now I put him on. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it there, bud. I know I couldn't do it on my end. I would actually have to get into. For some reason, my end wasn't working when it comes to that. But hey, we're good now. We're good. Who knew that he was such a fan of cats? I mean, jeez. Well, I mean, he was Batman, and, Selena Kyle, she's a cat, right? All right. Let's go ahead and get to some tweets here, and we should be okay. Ben Affleck likes cats. Yes, he does. Okay, so let's talk about whatever DC news. There's really not much. There's not a whole lot when it comes to this. So we'll get through this. But of course, let's see, we got a couple of things. We got a couple of things. Before we get into this, we got lanterns right here. So according to DC Films, anybody looking forward to lanterns? We got Gregory Middleton, who did the cinematography on Watchmen, Moon Knight, and Game of Thrones, has been revealed as one of the cinematographers of lanterns. So if you like those and the way those were shot, this man is actually going to be operating the camera in some of those episodes. So that's cool. So a little bit of behind the scenes artistes right there. Cool. And then yes, guys, what? I know some people are just so excited for Peacemaker Season 2. Anyone? Peacemaker Season 2? Maybe. I don't know if it was it actually supposed to come out? I think it was supposed to come out, right? But there was actually a new the new teaser for Peacemaker Season 2, and I'm kind of wondering now, because sometimes there's a little, let's see, let me find it right here. Because I'm wondering, I'm like, was it not supposed to come out? No, James Gunn posted it, right? But they didn't post it. Let me see here. But I know everybody's excited for Peacemaker Season 2, right? Hey, I'm kind of curious to see where it goes. I'm not going to lie, but it seems like that teaser was not supposed to be released. So I don't know if I should show it. Because not even Jimmy Gunn's posted it. But there was a little teaser, but we're getting the official trailer for Peacemaker Season 2 on Friday. Oh, no, I guess he kind of showed it. Okay, so it was part of this. That's what it was. All right, so here we go. During the playoffs, the NBA playoffs. Jesus Christ, how tall is goddamn Shaquille O'Neal? I mean, even Charles Barkley. I mean, the other two I understand, but Charles Barkley was a basketball player. I just always forget how goddamn tall Shaq is right here.
The second season of the hit show Peacemaker.
Okay.
It's a hit
Premieres
show?
August 21st
No.
on Max, and here's a sneak peek.
I don't get it. We saved the world.
I thought everyone would finally treat us like heroes.
Okay, what the hell? Did you see that? This is
Finally treat us like heroes.
James Gunn's wife, very angry at him. And I love the fact from the director of Superman and Guardians of the Galaxy, they're already being like, yeah, just say Superman.
Peacemaker.
Look at that stud. We got that stud right there. Huh? We got that stud.
Peacemaker.
Mr. Grillo.
We haven't always been great people. But
We are the 11th Street Kids. No one will ever break us apart.
You ready for the next adventure, pal?
Eagly! And Eagly's back. Eagly's back. Woo-wee. Okay, so we had that. And then, of course, they had a whole thing where, of course, naturally, because John Cena is John Cena, and John Cena will make appearances. He did make an appearance last night, too. Again, good marketing. People were watching the NBA playoffs. He showed up. They had the Peacemaker helmets on and everything, so that's cool. But yeah, so interested. I'm kind of curious to see where they take Peacemaker Season 2 and how that kind of connects with now the newer DC, the new universe, because the old one, I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I did not like the Justice League showing up at the end of Peacemaker Season 1. I thought that was dumb. I thought it was a dumb scene. It was a cool shot. It would have been better if they actually had Batman and Cyborg also in it, which they wanted to have in it because Warner Brothers and DC Films at the time were fucking weird about how many people they would actually show up in that. But if you actually look at that shot, yeah, they should have had all of them in there, but they said no to Batman, no to Cyborg for some reason. But of course we have the Shadow Superman, Shadow Wonder Woman, and then of course Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller. Kind of makes you wonder what's going to happen at the end of this one. I don't know. Now that it's in, and then how do they explain? Well, there's this shot right here. This is like part of the whole pocket universe kind of stuff, right? This is that room where it has like the pocket universes and everything, so I don't know. It's going to be kind of interesting because I think they're going to have to play with that when it comes to them going into the newer universe, possibly. Peacemaker this week, Superman next week. You are probably onto something there, Cloned Avenger. I would say you're absolutely correct. Good. But yeah, so there was that. Oh, shit. Fuck that up. So full trailer on, on Friday. Of course, we'll talk about it on the Vodka stream, naturally. And then what else we got just from random stuff? Well, random stuff like, somebody spotted a new Dairy Queen Superman promo thing. There you go. You want to get some cake batter cookie dough blizzard of the month where you have Superman on your cup? Huh? So, hey, while you're getting diabetes, you get some Superman promo arts. Oh, so yeah, there was some Superman. Yeah, you got this right here. So apparently they did a whole thing with Dairy Queen. So you have a $7 for that. I mean, that's a lot of sugar, and that's a lot of, yeah, that's a lot of shit. You know, I can't remember the last time I went to a Dairy Queen, but all right. We got the Blizzard. We got, you know, a large Coke. We got some fries and a really shitty burger you could probably eat in 3 bites. But, and then you got sauced and tossed buffalo chicken strips also right there. So what's kind of cool though, what is kind of cool is this kind of brings me back to the 90s. Remember in the 90s, there was a lot of like, you know, the big superhero movies that were working with fast food and everything. Kind of brings me back to that, where you like collect the cups, you do all that. It's almost like they're kind of getting that kind of vibe. So it's a little nostalgic when it comes to those days. Because I remember when like the Batman movies came out, it was like, oh, come on, mom and dad, come on, I gotta go get the new toy. I gotta get the cups, gotta get the everything, you know. So it kind of reminds me of that. But I ain't going to fucking Dairy Queen, that's for damn sure. Oh, but at least it gives that little nostalgia when it comes to that. That's all. And then we got Jimmy Guns right here. Jimmy Guns. Okay, so last time we had like a little promo. Jimmy Guns was wearing an awful, awful shirt. But this time, this is from, let's see, what are they promoting right here? They're promoting at the Ahsoka Comic-Con right here. The Ahsoka Comic-Con. So here's good old Jimmy Guns right here.
Hello, everyone in Osaka Comic-Con.
Osaka,
James
sorry.
Gunn. Are you having fun? I really hope everyone here will enjoy
he's wearing a nice
Superman
suit this
when
time.
it comes out in cinemas this July.
Not really much anything
He's
right
back.
here, just him promoting
Let's make
it.
this summer the summer of Superman together.
There you go. That's it. So there was also that was also released, but so we had that. And then okay, so now let's get into some of this stuff right here. First off, obviously Michael DeLuca. We had Michael DeLuca, of course, talking about Superman, talking about James Gunn nailing it, talking about a lot of things when it came to being on the Smartless podcast. Of course, that's with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. He was on there talking with them, and naturally he talked about, you know, the fact that, oh yeah, Superman's great, we saw a first cut, everything's looking good, but he also brought out this that wasn't revealed. I didn't listen to the episode, but apparently he talked about Teen Titans. WB's Michael DeLuca teases a Teen Titans Go movie in the works at DC Studios. So not just Teen Titans, but Teen Titans Go. I think James Gunn and Peter Safran are working on a live-action Teen Titans and a Teen Titans Go, I think, actually, too. So confirmed that there is going to... Because I don't think they really talked about that during that little press thing that happened a few months ago, whatever it was. I don't think they really talked about Teen Titans. But the fact that, you know, they specifically want to release animated stuff as well. And Teen Titans Go, let's face it, popular show. I mean, even Zack showed up on it, right? Even Zack Snyder showed up on it. I'm kind of wondering if James now will show up on it. Wouldn't be surprised. Why not add to that little meta kind of thing there? I just would not be surprised since Zack showed up on it. And of course, you know, James Gunn is jealous of Zack Snyder, so of course he's got to be, I got to get on this thing, man. If he had Zack on, I got to be on it too. That's the way James Gunn is. He's jealous. So we'll see. But yeah, there's another Teen Titans Go project that's also in the works. Now here we go. Now we got this. Clayface, what's going on with Clayface, and why are we, what? We're getting what? A rewrite? Rewrite? According to the rap, yeah, this is what's happening. DC Studios taps Drive writer Hossein Amini to rewrite Clayface. Exclusive. And we got good old Scoopy Pants right here. Screenwriter Hossein Amini, best known for scripting 2011's Drive, which is really good. He also did that one movie that nobody fucking likes, which I think it's called, what is it called? Snowman or Iceman or whatever with Michael Fassbender. It was like, oh shit. Mike Flanagan wrote the previous draft of the script. James Watkins, who directed last year's remake of the Danish thriller Speak No Evil for Universal, is attached to direct. The film will be produced, blah, 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 Matt Reeves, and everything like that. So basically, there's not really much here, like when it comes to all this. It's just saying that he is tapped to rewrite. So why would there be a... When I read that he's coming in to rewrite Mike Flanagan's Clayface script, I went, blasphemy! How could you rewrite anything that guy has? Rewrite? Or are we just doing some touch-ups? Because there are some people, specifically somebody that also in the Scooper game that I would trust way more than Scoopy Pants right here, and way more than that other guy as well, who was basically going like, no, it's not exactly a rewrite. It's just the fact that Watkins showed up and now he's doing his run through of the script and kind of touching it up to his standards. But then I'm going like, okay. Then we're hearing from a different scooper who is saying that it was more of a skeleton script. But then James Gunn said that his script was so good, that's why we greenlit it. But yet we haven't heard anything from James Gunn. So I'm just kind of going like, what the hell is actually happening here when it comes to this Clayface script? I don't know. I'm very much looking forward to this, guys. Do not screw it up. Just saying. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't have any inside scoopies or anything like that. But so you have that. And then you have this other scooper who's going like, yeah, I heard this. But then he said he trusted Scoopy Pants and Berto. And then you have Mr. Jeff Snyder, who I can't stand, is saying that no, yeah, it was a skeleton script that Flanagan put in there. But I'm just kind of going, I don't know. And I'm going like, hey, Jimmy Guns, where you at? Can you like clarify some of this right here? You know, do some of that social media shit that you've been doing and like debunking things or whatever the hell. I don't know. Maybe the idea, maybe just like if he put in a skeleton script where it was like, this is going to happen in Act 1. This is going to happen in Act 2. This is going to happen in Act 3. And maybe like James Gunn and Saffron and everybody was like, oh, that sounds really cool. And maybe that's all he kind of did. But then, of course, Flanagan, he's doing like a Carrie series. He's doing something else too. I can't remember what else. Exorcist. He's doing The Exorcist in the Carrie series. So he's a busy dude. But of course, we know that he was all about, you know, a story that had to do with Clayface. But I'm just kind of going, okay, I don't know what's going on with that. Very interesting. So hopefully we can get some clarification on that soon. I don't know. We'll know. Who knows? Who knows? Everything's just kind of up in the air when it comes to a lot of things. Now let's talk about this. Okay, so let's talk about this specific thing because, of course, it was going to be the main topics. Let's see. Gotta find it. Sorry, didn't have it. I wanted to get all the images up. There we go. Nah, that's not the one I wanted. All right, well, just pull. Well, I guess we can have this right here. There's many things. So we have a toy line. We got Spin Master toys when it comes to Superman. Now, a lot of people were talking about this when these images got released. And naturally, this is just figurines. This is figurines that, of course, that they're going to be having for Superman. And specifically, this shot right here of Superman got a lot of people going, what the hell? Are we going to get is there going to be like a new kind of power that Superman has that's going to be in this movie? And it's this image right here. What the hell is that? We got Superman who's got what? Fireball fists? Ice fists? Huh? What's going on right here? So those are part of the packaging, right? Where you just kind of put this in there and what he's going to be punching with like ice boxing gloves? What? What is that? And of course, a lot of people were like, there are people who are excited. Of course, you get the two sides, right? You get the people who are excited going, oh my God, we got new powers, these different powers that Superman are going to be like having. And then you got the other side going like, what the fuck is this? So let me find it here because I had a couple of things. See, when I saw this, I went, wait a minute, guys. Let's wait. So, me, when I saw this, I went, oh, this is just that. Wait a minute, guys. Let's relax. Let's relax. This is kids' toys. These are figurines. I used to collect figurines like crazy. My mom probably still has 2 big jugs or, crates of Batman toys from the Batman movies and Batman cartoons and everything. I used to collect figurines. Anytime I went to Toys R Us, I'd go straight to the figurine aisle. And I'd always get the figurines. And I'm kind of going like, oh, is this one of those things where they needed to add something because it's Superman? What does Superman do? He flies. He doesn't really have accessories when it comes to his toys. So maybe they're like, well, let's put some things over. You could do these things that attach to his fist to make look, something cool. And I'm like, yeah, that's probably it. And when I saw people like go crazy about it, I mean, I pulled up this one right here. Do you guys remember when Man of Steel came out? Or do you remember in Man of Steel when Superman had the Mega Tire Blaster? I mean, this is what happens with these toys, guys. And we were having fun with this. And we had this right here. I mean, look at this toy right here from Quick Shots. That's right. A big, huge robot. And you had Superman in some kind of crazy suit with a big-ass axe. What the hell? I mean, you had all kinds of stuff for Man of Steel. We were having fun with this. And then even this right here. Do you guys remember the Phantom Zone suit Superman when it came to Man of Steel? Remember when Henry Cavill Superman went into the Phantom Zone and he put on that Phantom Zone suit and he had an axe? So relax. I think we can all relax. I don't think Superman's gonna put ice on his fist. He's gonna go and then fight. I don't think he's gonna do that. I don't think Superman's gonna do. I think it's just a toy thing because you can go back and look at all the Batman toys, all the different accessories that came with those Batman toys for the movie that were not in the fucking movie. Okay, so let's not freak out about that. It's just that, I mean, I saw that and people freaking out. And again, like I said, the way things are nowadays, guys, the way things are and how divided the DC fandom is, and it's so, I mean, it just seems like it's ramped up in the past couple of days. It's really ramped up. It's it's big time ramped up where I'm like, holy crap. It's, you guys saw the reaction that happened to me, like when it came to just posting that Ben Affleck clip. And yeah, and even like when I was responding to certain things, I mean, one of the things that I talked about specifically when it came to, especially with this Superman and, our movie news, that guy who's got a YouTube channel, he's got great videos. We follow each other. We're acquaintances. Let's see, let me find it here. But he was posting stuff about, about how things are right now, because he's one of those that was, he was also a big time Zack Snyder fan, wasn't too sure about James Gunn's Superman. And, it was kind of, but he's also a Superman fan. So he has now the things he's heard about and seen, he's getting excited for Superman, which I thought, all right, it's cool. That's kind of where I was at, and I even said, like, anytime that I've asked anybody who, especially with everything that happened, and people who are upset that Henry Cavill is not going to be Superman. And I've always asked these people, like, hey, would you, and I've said this here before too, I was like, would you actually want James Gunn to direct a Henry Cavill Superman? And they go, nope. And I go, well, there you go. That's why it's not happening, because he was tasked to write a fresh take of Superman. And then when all that shit was happening, when it came to Black Adam and then bringing back Cavill, they were kind of trying to gauge what the hell they wanted to do. The DCEU really had no clear vision, but Dwayne Johnson and Seven Buck Productions, they were like going, well, we want to take it to this kind of approach. And they already tasked James Gunn to write a Superman. And he was like, well, this is just going to be a fresh take So then it was like, okay, which one do we do? Well, if we bring back Cavill, maybe people will be excited enough to show up to the movie theater to support this movie because Henry Cavill's back. That didn't happen. In fact, a lot of the diehard Snyder fans were shitting on Henry Cavill during that time. Big time shitting on Henry Cavill. Because they were like, oh, he's got the spit curl. Oh, they used the John Williams theme. Oh, the suit looks awful because they made the colors look different. So they were shitting on Cavill, but now, of course, they blame James Gunn for Cavill not being Superman anymore. And I'm like, well, you guys kind of had a little help in that. And thank you, of course, Mr. Real Anarchy. It's going to get even worse. Oh, dude, that's what I was getting at. And thank you for the $5 super chat, my friend. So I was that was kind of funny too. But then we had this right here. Okay, so I have to bring this up because, and some people might be going like, hey, Dave, why are you putting these guys on blast on your platform? And I go, well, it's because I've seen these screen names, these Twitter handles in my mentions for numerous times in the last few years. And when I see these guys' names, and when I see them, when I go to the For You page and I see what they're tweeting, and I see people, the comments that go back, that push back to them, and the stuff that they say, I'm going, oh, these guys are the reason why the Snyder fandom gets called toxic. These guys are aiding into it. And it was kind of funny because somebody tagged me in this. I had no idea, but somebody tagged me, and I went, okay. So I just quote tweeted his tweet, and here's the tweet right here. Here's what Cody right here, Cody C044, who I've been acquaintance with for a long time. He said, right here, he said, when has he ever done this? Hey, Film Junkie, get a load of this. Apparently, you're trying to dictate the opinions of an entire fandom. The delusion is strong with this one. And Mr. KC right here said, please stop giving Film Junkie attention. He's just there to please WB and piss Snyder fans off. Now, for some reason, he thinks he's got some sort of authority over the whole thing and wants to try to control what everyone does in the fandom. I mean, come on. Let's get some. Thank you. It's what I do. I want to control you. It's what I do. Make fandom great again. I mean, holy crap, man. Oops. Exclusiva! There you go. That's an exclusive right there. And I was just like, oh, wow. I was like, oh, yeah, that's what WBD pays me to do. And I'm going like, come on. Nobody's trying to do this. I've said it numerous times. No one's trying to dictate opinions or anything. Have any opinion you want. Any opinion you want. Like I said, I've said it so many times. Run whatever campaigns you want, whatever hashtags you want. Obsess over the 3 same DC movies for the rest of your days. By all means. It seems like that's what's going to be the case. Do that. No one's dictating, okay? That's it. But, I'm just one of those people that goes, well, this is what I think, and this is what I think, and this is what I think, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it's like nobody's trying to do that. I'm not trying to creep in anyone's mentions and blowing up their mentions. You guys come in my mentions and do that shit. And I'm just kind of going like, oh, and I've seen some ones, oh, geez. I've seen some tweets today where I saw one in particular where I did a facepalm. And I'm not going to talk about it. Maybe I'll talk about it in the members. But, man, I saw one and I went, oh, you're not bringing that back up. Oh, you're not bringing that back up. You're going to post that? You're going to post that? Oh, I saw something today, like an hour ago or 2 hours ago. I went, I cannot believe that that's being posted again because of, it was like, holy crap. But hey, you know what? It's whatever. We're all going to be fine. Like I said, you do whatever you want. But if you guys are going to be coming to my mentions, I'm going to respond. That's all. I'm not going to go into yours. But if you come into mine, I'm going to respond. And I'm not trying to change your opinion or anything like that. I'm just going to be like, well, this is what I think about it. When I look at that Ben Affleck clip and he just goes, hey, anything's possible. And then, does that. It just means he doesn't want to talk about it. Okay. Doesn't mean anything like that. But I'll look at that in-depth article that came out from GQ where he's actually sitting there and talking about it and says he doesn't want to, he doesn't really have interest in that genre again. But then again, I'm going, well, Michael Keaton, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, people come back. So there's always a chance that he might come back in the future with something. Who knows? Gotta be okay. All right. That's enough of that, I think. Right? We got everything that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, let's get on to some of this right here. Okay, so Thunderbolts. All right, so we have, okay. So when it comes to Thunderbolts, I'm still kind of curious of like whether the marketing of making it the new Avengers is actually going to help it or hurt it. I don't know. Still like have my reservations about that. I think it's kind of like a cool marketing thing. We haven't seen really anything like that. I don't know if it's going to help box office numbers, but it seems like they're really leaning into it. And then, of course, there was mention that one of the early concepts, because you better believe that this movie got rewritten so many goddamn times. It's Marvel Studios. And, you know, but at least like when it came to the rewrites of this movie, it actually was successful because people are loving this movie. There are a lot of people who are just raving about this movie. And even though it went through different story changes, because we've been hearing that stuff. I mean, one particular thing is they were going to have Taskmaster be actually within the movie, and she was going to keep on forgetting. She was going to have like this crazy, like every 15 minutes, she was going to have amnesia where she was going to be killing John Walker. She was going to try to kill John Walker like every little bit. And it was going to be like a bit through the movie where she was just going to just forget and be like, oh, I got to kill you. And then like, no, we're on the same side kind of thing. Could have been an interesting gag, but speaking of John Walker, they actually had this idea when it came to John Walker's character, and this is from comicbook.com. John Walker was the main villain in the original drafts of Thunderbolts, but the concept didn't work. Val convinced John that his super soldier serum was deteriorating and he needed updates. What she was actually doing was implanting a Hulk bomb, or I think she even called it an A-bomb. So basically it was going to be turning him into like some kind of creature, and that was going to be the whole concept right there. Yeah, it's a good thing they changed that one. That doesn't sound all that great. But that was also another idea when it came to that. So the Taskmaster idea and then this idea, yeah, Taskmaster one would have worked. But this one, not so much. So, Yelena is your wife, Arkham. That's good. And then we got good old Bob Iger. This fucking guy. Bob Iger. Gotta love this. Here's a quote from Bob Iger. And, Bob Iger says, Thunderbolts is the first and best example of Marvel's new focus on quality over quantity. By consolidating a bit and having Marvel focus much more on their films, we believe that will result in better quality. Okay, Bob, can you stop fucking talking about that? You've been saying that since 2019. Okay, you've been saying that for 5-6 years. Quality over quantity. Okay, we get that. Just say it over and over and over. How many times are you going to goddamn say it? I mean, yeah, they took their time and apparently they found a story that people are definitely resonating with when it comes to depression and loneliness and mental health issues and stuff like that. They landed on this story and it's working, but it has nothing to do with you asshole. I mean, stop talking. I mean, it's just, he keeps on saying that. And it's like, God damn, shut up. And then, of course, we got the co-writer right here, Eric Pearson. Thunderbolts co-writer Eric Pearson talks the new Avengers reveal, pre-century villain, and this is where everything just kind of was all coming about, you know? So he basically was just kind of talking about, like, when we saw the first cut, the biggest change was Taskmaster taking the shot, and I was shocked. In my drafts, on Tanya Drakov, Taskmaster lived out the movie, and she had a bit of a subplot with Ava Ghost. They'd both been raised in labs, and Ava big-sistered her into how to break free to be her own person. So we had another interpretation of Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts' unlikely union of MCU loners and rejects received a titular nickname from Alexei, misinterprets John Walker's sarcastic reference to Yelena's youth soccer team. However, the name wouldn't last long. Valentina, in the final act of self-preservation, holds a surprise press conference and presents the team as the new Avengers, revealing that the asterisk in the title was always meant to signify a placeholder. That was a Kevin Feige thing. I pitched that Valentina is forced to introduce the Thunderbolts to the public, and Kevin said, I think that she should call them the Avengers. And I was like, whoa, okay. Pearson recalls. And then there were many, many discussions, capital N, lowercase n. Are they Avengers that are new? Are they the new Avengers? But that was Kevin's idea, and it's part of some four-dimensional chess. Don't totally know yet. Well, it seems like it's going to be New Avengers versus the old New Avengers versus the X-Men Fox universe versus Fantastic Four. Seems like that's what Kevin Feige's trying to do right there. So, all right. There you go. So that's what's happening with that. A lot of things were happening with Thunderbolts, but at least they landed on something that people are actually really enjoying, okay? I mean, I didn't enjoy it as much as people out there did, but I still enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it throughout. I thought it was from start to finish, I enjoyed the shit out of it, sure. But I kind of went, yeah, it just didn't give me over that hump in the, I was like, But you know what movie I'm hoping to enjoy? And that's Fight or Flight. Because when I first heard about this movie, I went, okay, Josh Hartnett, it's going to be basically Bullet Train on a plane? Sign me the fuck up. So yeah, we got Fight or Flight. That's the movie that's coming out this weekend, which is kind of interesting because there's really not much else. I don't know if I think Clown in the Cornfield might be coming out too, or is that last week? I don't know. Obviously, horror is just taking over. It's been great. But we have Fight or Flight, which of course, it's essentially Bullet Train on a plane. And it shows Josh Hartnett. You've seen the trailers. Shows Josh Hartnett being a badass. That's where I kind of went like, Josh Hartnett as the DCU Batman? Well, maybe not. I don't know. Devil Fruit site has it at 82% with 33 reviews, so not bad. Josh Hartnett's Go for Broke performance gives Fight or Flight wings, sustaining this daffy action comedy at an entertaining cruising altitude that refreshingly doesn't wear out its welcome. It's only an hour and 37 minutes, so a 90-minute movie. Quick, straight to the point. I'm looking forward to something like this after the big blockbuster that just came out and, Sinners and all the good stuff. I want to just see like a fun action movie. So we have some reviews right here. We'll start off with Randy Myers. Hartnett takes over the action flight manual and, soars to new heights. We got a bad review from Mr. Douglas. To me, it was obvious that Madigan was a first-time director, since a filmmaker with more experience could have done more to make this more tonally balanced experience. Wow, so you're going to shit on a first-time director? That's kind of low. In a vacuum, such cinematic anarchy could get repetitive and tiring. Hartnett guides us through to a soft landing like Sully Sullenberger with a chainsaw. I thoroughly recommend the film as a brainless romp on the basis of cool flight stuff and Hartnett lovability. Sporting dyed blonde hair and pink strawberry milk t-shirt, Hartnett takes the movie exactly as seriously as he ought to, which is to say, not much. Fight or Flight is a film that, on paper, could be considered anyone's idea of a good time at the movies, but seeing Hartnett in a film that isn't up to par with what he's delivering can only be summed up as a disappointment. But it's got mainly good reviews. Don't listen to that, but I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it's a tight run time. I like that. I'm looking forward to it. I'm keeping my streak going, guys. I barely missed a week. I think I've only missed 1, possibly 2 weeks this week. Going solo again. Of course, Final Destination next week. You know I'm seeing that shit. All right. Whew. anytime that I say that it's not going to be a long stream, it ends up being a long stream. I'm probably not going to have a members-only stream. Just letting you guys know because I got dinner that's happening. So sorry, guys. I'm probably going to have to skip out on the members-only stream because, I mean, I don't really have... Well, maybe I won't. Never mind. We'll do a quick one. Forget what I said. But I'll get to it. But I might have to push the DC Fanimated stream. Might have to push the DC Fanimated stream because my brother Film Junkie's making some dinner down below. I could smell it, and I'm like going, yep, got to have some of that. All right. Let's get to this last little bit right here. And this is Zack Snyder, of course. So Zack Snyder, we all knew that he was actually going to be making an appearance in the studio. Now, I have not watched the studio yet. I plan on watching it. And I have plenty of episodes to keep me entertained for a little bit. But I've seen clips, and I know this series is being like, it's considered like just high quality. Seth Rogen has knocked it out. It's got renewed for a season 2 already. And Zack, of course, was part of like when they showed like the craziness of all the cameos and people who are going to be involved. And a lot of people are wondering, what is Zack's involvement going to be? Well, it has to do, I'm not going to show the entire clip, just going to show what he actually says right here because I don't want to get super dinged, but I think I could be okay by passing it off when it comes to this, where they're basically at an awards like a Golden Globes type of thing. And this is what Zack actually said right here in this clip.
Now, for any of you who felt like the show's gone by too fast or felt it's not nearly long enough, don't worry, I'll be releasing a 6-hour black and white 4:3 version of the show, Snyder Cut style, on digital download and Blu-ray, $29.99, so look for that. It'll be well worth it.
Okay, enter. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. There we go, brother Film Junkie right there. All right, there's my plate. Oh, let me put that plate right there. I just got served some food. Anyways, all right, so that right there. Okay, so this is what I love about this clip right here. This is what I really love about this clip is the fact that Zack, of course, pokes fun at himself. He pokes fun at himself. I love that. This is what I love about Zack. He does not take it seriously. And he talked about a 6-hour version, black and white, in 4:3 format. Gotta love that. Gotta love that. Gotta love that right there. So, man. And the reaction to this, that's the funny part, was the reaction to all this. The reaction to all this when it comes to this clip right here, because there were a lot of people that, because I posted this clip and just, again, seeing the reactions. And like I said, everything right now is just like a little kind of on the edge, obviously, when it comes to how the DC fandom is. And of course, when it comes to Snyder fans and Gunn fans and everybody in between. And it was kind of funny seeing the reaction because a lot of people were going like, when I posted this right here, a lot of people were going like, I wish his fandom could take jokes like this. I wish they could take jokes like this. And then I went like, well, yeah, because sometimes the diehards take things a little too seriously. Now, I don't think they took this too seriously. It seems like mainly everybody laughed, but I get what some people were saying, because sometimes I'll make jokes and they don't like that. But I think for the most part, everybody's just kind of going like, oh, this is fun. This is fun. Zack doesn't take himself seriously. I love it. It's good stuff. All right. I think we're all right. And look at this. Look at this, guys. Woo-wee. That's right. Brother Film Junkie coming at it right there. Garlic bread. Cheesy. Mukbang. I love it. All of that shit. There we go. Okay. So that's it right there. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Chef Junkee right there. Yeah. God, that was good. Crunch. You hear that crunch? All right? That's a good crunch. Yeah. Listen to that crunch. All right. Let's get to the Twitter questions. And then, like I said, we'll do, if you guys are down for a member stream, I'm going to be eating. So. All right, let's go ahead and get started with this. All right, Eric. Hey, Dave, favorite movie involving food? Favorite movie involving food? I don't know. What would be my favorite as I'm eating this right here? Nom 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 nom. Favorite movie involving food? I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, the first thing I'm thinking about is like the Hook scene where they're having the food fight. I don't know. I know Chef was good. The Menu, the most recent one that I could think of that I watched in the last couple of years, The Menu, the way that he makes that smash burger is absolutely delicious. So, and then we got Kenny right here. Love these Superman variant covers. Yeah, we got some Superman variants that are still coming out with the new suit, with the David Corn sweatsuit. Some of that stuff, the bear. Ratatouille. Yeah, there's Ratatouille, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen Ratatouille in forever. And yeah, so, and then he says, and then Kenny asks, what color do you think Superman's heat vision will be in the film? Red or blue? I think it will be red, but we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, of course it'll be red. I don't think it'll be blue. What's your take on the use of the blue screen and green screen in movies and TV shows? At times, it can be done. I mean, green screen's probably, it's cleaner for sure. Oh, taking another bite. Devon Wooter. Hey, Dave. Has ice gloves? Does that have, power? No, he's never had ice gloves. He'll be all right. And will you watch Mission Impossible movies to prepare for Mission Impossible 8? Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to do a rewatch to prepare for that. And I have no idea what the hell this is. This is that account that puts in AI art. I don't know why. Jamon Watson. Oh, boy. DC Discourse is going to be a living hell when we get to July. I miss the 2000 days when we have a normal fan base. But here in 2020s, we are surrounded by idiots. But I gotta say, horror fan base are the most chill and non-toxic communities, which truly respect for them, unlike superhero stuff. Yeah, horror fan bases seem to be a lot better. And then Dylan G finally watched Mickey 17 Dave, loved it. I can't believe people let it flop in theaters, but hopefully one day it will become a cult classic. Also, the Creepers were awesome. Yeah, like I said, don't sleep on that for sure. Don't sleep on that. But yeah, guys, it's gonna be insane. It's gonna be insane, but it's gonna get crazier. It's definitely gonna get crazier the closer we get to July. But hey, I'm gonna poke fun at it. That's what I do. I poke fun at it. I'm gonna stir the pot a little bit, and I'm not trying to dictate. I'm not trying to do anything. Do whatever you want. You can even make jokes my way. You can come at me. You can do whatever the hell you want. Whatever. But, it's cape shit. I just want to have fun. I'm a DC fan. I'm a superhero fan. And I don't take it all that seriously. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. And I think that's a way to look at it. If you don't like it, talk about the things you like. I like to be positive. So anytime I do that, I make jokes. Not trying to dictate anything. Not trying to do this or that or whatever. So that's pretty much it, guys. All right. Mickey 17. Check it out, please. All right, guys. Hit that like, thumbs up. Do all the things. Appreciate ya. And hit that like, thumbs up. And members, I'll do a quick one. I'm going to have to do a quick member stream. But I'll see you guys in a little bit. And really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. And of course, we have DC Fanimated as well. We'll be talking about a Batman Beyond episode. Always fun to talk about those. And other than that, look forward to my Fight or Flight first reaction. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And then we got the Vodka Stream Friday. All right. Love ya. Talk to you later.